This is Yacht Waikare on a lovely sunny still morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. We're at Abercorn Marina in the heart of Belfast, and we're just preparing to leave the harbour on our way down to Bangor, which is still on Belfast Loch. It's about 11 miles of where we are. We've spoke to Belfast VTS, who said we can proceed out of the marina and onto the main channel, and we're keeping a listening watch on channel 12. Not much wind at the moment, but it's perhaps going to get up to about 10 knots from the southeast, so we might get a sail in this morning on our way, which would be lovely. But we've had a great time in Belfast city. It's quite different to being out in the Scottish Highlands, but most enjoyable as we continue on our circumnavigation of this great British isle. The entrance to Bangor Marina. A bit windy, on the nose as always. But the sun is shining, which is lovely. Morning everyone, we're leaving Bangor, Northern Ireland after a lovely couple of days. We met the lifeboat and the British Heart Foundation people, had a lovely time. So we're on our way now to Peel. Bangor's a lovely town. It seems to be prosperous. People are lovely. It's got some lovely walks straight ahead that you can see. There's a lovely set of gardens, and the people, as I said, were very welcoming. We've got a long journey today, from Bangor to the Isle of Man. Peel on the west coast is about 46 miles. We're waiting for the currents to go south. At the moment they're going north, so we're going to come out of Belfast Loch about 5 miles down to the edge of the coast, and then we'll start making our way south, hopefully about 11 o'clock, which is when the tide starts to turn and the currents will take us down slack to start with, which is great because we've got to get through some very rocky areas, and then across on a sort of southeasterly journey to Peel Harbour, and we expect to get there about 6:30, 7 o'clock tonight, everything being as it should do. We're fully kitted. It's reasonably warm, but we know when we go out into the bay it might get a bit colder, so we've got proper kit on. But here's saying goodbye to Bangor. Thank you for looking after us. We left Bangor Marina about half an hour ago, and we're going across Ballyholme Bay, and we've come around there now. We're going towards South Briggs North Cardinal marker, and that will bring us round and through Thank you, Holyhead Coast Guard, that was very nice. We're going past Copeland Island in between. I'll show you that as you go panning out towards our destination. There's the coastline of Northern Ireland, near Bangor, which we left behind us. Ahead of us is the cardinal marker on our port side, and that's Briggs, and then in the distance is the Copeland Island. We're going to turn shortly and bear down towards the gap in between. There's some quite difficult rock formations there which we have to do a dog leg in, and then once we've done that we'll make our course over towards Peel, which will be about 40 miles away, which at 5 miles an hour will take us about 8 hours from that point. So quite a long day ahead of us. Some grey skies, there is some cloud and some rain expected off and on today, and the wind is going to do a cartwheel and go from one position from the north and then come round and do it from the west and the south and possibly the east if it feels left out later. But we'll have a lovely sail. We've just got the head sail at the moment and we're doing 5 knots, so we're very happy. Isn't that right, Mr. Sean on the helm? Absolutely. Sailing at long last with the engine off. Fantastic. We use the natural resources to get us to Good afternoon, we are on the Irish Sea, heading towards the Isle of Man and the port of Peel. The wind, as expected, isn't really there. We've got the mainsail out. We had the head sail out earlier as well, but the wind is very variable. It's moving all over the place. We're taking turns to have slight rests, so it's an 8 hours worth of motor sailing. I think more motor than sailing. But the interesting is that as you sort of look ahead, you're thinking, can I see the outskirts of the Isle of Man, or is that just the low cloud? And I think probably it's wishful thinking. We've still got about 20-23 miles to go, so it's not the clearest of days today. We've just been coming through quite a lot of rain squalls. It's now cleared up, and as it should be in July, it's warm. But damp clothing, damp gloves, it went straight through that. But the sails have had a nice wash, and so's the boat. So Waikare is going to be looking all spit and span for when we arrive at Peel. What's not to like? So after 6 hours, we're approaching the Isle of Man and the port of Peel. Still got about an hour to go. The sun's come out. We've had lots of rain coming through. The wind's come out, which is lovely. So we've got a bit of sail going, and we should be there in about an hour's time. There in the near distance is the port of Peel with the Isle of Man going south as we approach it in glorious sunshine. Arrived at Peel in beautiful sunshine for the evening. We're going to follow a fishing boat in. I think he's going in, so that makes our life a lot easier. 9 meters coming around ahead.
Waikare, Waikare.
Peel Harbour, looking for our berth for the night. It's apparently Echo 98, so I think it's right at the other end. and it's a very narrow channel, so I'm going to just stop here just in case something comes along. But it's very beautiful. Hill there protecting everyone. Some lovely boats in from all sorts of places. But yeah, we'll have a nice evening here, I'm sure. Unfortunately, due to strong wind warnings, we had to cut short our time on the Isle of Man, which is a real shame. So moving round to the other side and then on to England. Welcome to an unusual shot of Waikare's interior with Sean and Neil getting ready to leave Peel. We're on a mooring buoy outside. It's been a bit blowy and rainy today, so we're getting our hot drinks ready for our journey down to the car for Sound and then round towards Castleton. It's July and we've got full kit on because it's cold out there and it's raining, so it's not all bikinis, but we're going to go out and have a nice sail round to the east side of the Isle of Wight. Isn't that right, Sean?
Absolutely.
Side is the Calf of Man, and as we pan round is the mainland with the viewpoint. So we've just gone through the Sound of Calf, which is down here. It's on the southwest tip of the Isle of Man. We've come from Peel lunchtime today, coming down here. It's pretty rough. We had a lot of waves pushing in from the Irish Sea, which was quite rough. But as we got through to the Sound of Calf, we sort of get sucked in and pushed through. And we're roughly about here at the moment, making our way over to this point here, which is Langless Point. We have to give some room there for the overfalls, and then going to go into Derby Haven for tonight on an anchorage there. Just panning out. It's a bit rolly again, but we're going along at 5.5, 6 knots, just under the Genoa, which is doing a lovely job. And as we pan round, we can see the south coast of the Isle of Man. Morning and welcome to Yacht Waikare. First thing in the morning, we are just getting ready to have our breakfast and prepare the boat for our journey from Isle of Man over to Fleetwood in England. It's a beautiful morning. We've got one other yacht in this bay, but we're next to Isle of Man Airport. just coming into Fleetwood dock after quite a long sail from the Isle of Man. All went well, and nice and sunny day, not enough wind, not as expected, but all went well, so happy to be here and finish up for the night.